doesn't say anything specifically about gun control. It just it speaks indirectly about people, because first of all, people use guns. Guns are tools, and that's pointed out in a movie called Shane. There's a passage in it, a scene in it where Alan Ladd is explaining to a young person that a gun is just like any other tool, like in farm tools, like an axe or a saw or a plow. It's just a way of getting things done. And a gun is no different from that. So it depends on the user of that particular tool. A word is a tool. Words have power. They motivate people to do certain things and whatnot. They point out certain things, identify things. So words are tools. Guns are also tools. So it's a matter of when you pick up a gun, what do you intend to do with it, and what is likely to be the result? And that's the main thing. What's going to be the result? And so it depends on who is controlling the gun. That will determine what the result will be. Most guns are made to kill.
To take another person's life.
There are staple guns that are made to, in industrial settings to do certain things like helping to build houses and whatnot. You have different types of guns. There are air guns and whatnot that are made to pneumatic pressure guns. The word gun just means, some type of force. I mean, that's centralized and whatnot in order to project something from a source to a receiving entity. So most guns, as we think of them, are designed to kill either creatures or people. Sure, everybody can have a gun. Years ago, when I came up in a rural area, and there was an old shotgun, maybe two. In the case of my grandfather's house, there were two shotguns: a single-action shotgun, a single-barrel shotgun, and a double-barrel shotgun. Over in the corner, just a little beyond the dining room table in the dining room, in a farmhouse. And they were there all the time. And they were loaded, by the way. Mm-hmm. But we were told, as a little boy, I was told, don't touch them. Don't go anywhere near them. Even though they were standing there, they were standing in the corner. Don't go anywhere near them. Don't touch them. That's not for you to touch, because you won't know what to do with them and whatnot, and it's just not for you to touch. Just stay away from them. Don't touch them. Don't put your hands on them at all. Okay? And if you happen to fall over or anything like that, come and get your grandfather and tell him that the gun fell over. Yes, for self-defense purposes, yes. Always, people can have any tool, a knife, a gun, an axe, or whatever, to defend themselves. Use any tool to defend yourself against non-just aggression.
Okay.
That's even in.
Now, is that under the area of war?
Oh, naturally, that would be, because all areas are interactive anyway. That's also politics. I mean, if it's a person trying to kill you, that's political.
Okay.
I mean, one person is trying to kill another, but they are at war with each other the minute that the person says, "I am going to do bodily harm to you. I am going to try to keep you from taking another breath if I can." According to the code, in self-defense, yes. In defense of yourself, or in defense, I would say in many circumstances, even though it might be illegal in some circumstances, you have to find that out, in defense of major property. In other words, a person trying to burn your house down, even though you're not in it, but you see you're out in the middle of nowhere and a person, 2 or 3 people have just came, and you need that house. They're trying to burn down the barn. You need the barn. You have horses in the barn that are trying to get out, and someone is trying to set fire to the barn. Now, they're not bothering you, but you happen to walk up on it, and you see that that's what they're doing. And so it might be legal in some places. You have to find that out. I mean, logically speaking, because if it's something that you depend on to have shelter for yourself and for people who are dependent on you, and someone is trying to take that away by force. And so they are not doing anything to you directly, but they're doing it indirectly. It's the same principle based on if someone is invading your border. They say, I'm coming across your border to do harm. I'm going to take your cattle. I'm going to take your land. I'm going to take the water. I'm going to cut off all of the sources that you need to sustain yourself. And so most generals, most presidents, most emperors, most leaders will say, no, you're not going to do that. And if you attempt to do that, even though you haven't killed anybody yet, once you step across my border with that kind of announcement, I am going to kill you.
Is that correct?
I am going to use my weapons.
Is that the correct position to take?
Well, I would say yes, if that has been the, you might call, social agreement between people, that if you cross borders and you do that type of thing with that intention, then all bets are off. In other words, you step across the threshold of my house. You know, that's the law in some places.